So you just finished the briefing room missions, you're finished boot camp, you're almost up to say 500, 1,000 games, you're starting to get a little bit comfortable in the game, but you still need to take a couple steps up the ladder to get better. Here's a real big thing that you need to focus on learning to get better in the game. Hey guys, Mr.BeetleBum here, and I hope you're having yourselves a great day. Today I want to talk about something that will help new players and older players, the older casual players that play every once in a while. It will help you so much. Let's start off with what happens when you open a new account. If you are a new player, you come to World of Tanks, you start a new account. Hopefully you watch my videos and you get bonus codes and you learn all the tips and tricks of how to use all the boot camp missions to your advantage. There's boot camp missions, then there's briefing room missions. And by the end of it, you get a whack load of free XP. I believe you get, you get camo net, and you get a toolbox for free. You have to buy binocs. Anyways, you get those, and it gives you a real good opportunity to learn about the game. You learn how to shoot, you learn how to auto aim. There's a bunch of stuff that's really good about boot camp and briefing missions. But eventually you're going to get into the game. You're going to pick which kind of class you prefer. You're going to find out if you're a heavy player or a tank destroyer player or maybe a medium player. It all depends on your play style. And then you get out there and you start having battles. You start getting the hang of it, If you're listening to me, you're going up to tier 5 and you're just hanging out there, adding the crew skills to your crew members while you're learning the topography of all the different maps you're playing. And at the same time, you're getting used to the mechanics. You're getting used to the spotting mechanics, the angling mechanics, the penetration mechanics. There's just so much camouflage mechanics. And at the same time, like I said before, you're learning the lay of the land and topography and where you can hide and where you can't. So at that point, you're starting to feel pretty comfortable. You're doing better. You're seeing a slight increase in your win aid or your damage, whatever it is that you measure yourself by. You're going to start seeing an increase. Once you get comfortable and you get to that point where you're starting to see an increase of whatever your numbers are that you're following, damage ratio, destruction ratio, win rate, whatever it is, then a lot of players just feel like, okay, I'm good. I'm good to go. I got the game down. Now it's just a matter of let's see how fast I can grind through this stuff. I've already mentioned that one of the biggest tips I give new players is just chill out, man. Don't be in a rush to get to tier 10. And just hang out at tier 5 or 6 or whatever and get a bunch of crew skills before you go up the ladder. That's really, really big. But I want to talk today about something else that's just as important. Might even be a little bit more important. And it's something that's going to keep you good with the rest of your team. How many times have you gone out and either yourself or maybe you've watched a streamer or YouTuber playing and you've seen them get really upset at certain tankers because they say that the tanker's not playing their role. They're not doing what they're supposed to do with their class. They're not going to the area of the map where they should be. I'll give you an example of that. If you're playing on Glacier, for example, where there's the broken ships, it's all covered in ice up at the north. And that is where the heavies always want to go because that gives the most cover from arty. And it's, that's where you want your slow, heavily armored tanks to go. Whereas in the south, there's like a little mountain road that, winds in and out. And it's like some pretty close fighting, not really a wide road. And that's better suited for your mediums. Why? Because they have more mobility. They can move around faster. They can dart in and out of cover from arty faster. So that's just stereotypical of what normally happens. On that map as well, your lights normally go out to the mid and spot if anyone's trying to go up the hill to the broken carrier ship, whatever it's called, freighter, I guess. And tank destroyers sit back on the land, on their side towards the spawn, and behind rocks and everything, and snipe at whatever the lights spot. Whereas the arties, they'll be back in the bush, moving forward after they shoot, moving back after they shoot, just to avoid counter battery, and everything's great. The problem is, though, is that's not what happens in games. Normally what happens, and everyone knows that Mr.BeetleBum here loves to play scouts. I love passive scout because I love being able to get the team behind me to do a whack load of damage, get a huge amount of assisted damage. That's my thing. That's what I like to do. So anyways, there's many a times where I've been streaming or just playing, enjoying myself, and I zoom out to the mid. And I'm doing a great job. It's like, woohoo, right on, man. Bling, 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 bling. 5 tanks lit up. All of them see me, and they're kind of getting aggressive. They're kind of trying to come over and shoot at me as much as possible. Luckily for me, because I've played for so long and I know the lay of the land, and, most of the times, don't get me wrong, Mr.BeetleBum screws up plenty of times and gets killed in like 20 seconds. But most of the time, I can handle myself and keep myself out of trouble and stay alive longer. And the reason why I'm smiling is because it's at about that point that I tend to notice. I look at the mini map and I realize, well, hold up now. There's not one single tank that can shoot what I'm spotting. In other words, all the tank destroyers are where they shouldn't be. All the tank destroyers are either like up north with the heavies or up on the mountain range, or they're hiding in the bush, way in the back with the arty, and there's no chance. Now remember, I also play tank destroyers more than I play lights, and I always play sniping tank destroyers. Excuse me. I'm okay. don't ask in comments, do you have COVID? Anyways, I cough all the time already, way before COVID. But anyways, back to the story. I understand tank destroyers. I know how far they can snipe. And when I say that these guys are out of position and they won't be able to shoot, trust me, they won't be able to shoot. I know where they can shoot from on the maps, and they can't where they are. Basically, they're in the position where they're not going to be able to shoot anything until everyone's up on their little land there, back towards the base on Glacier. Now, this happens all the time. Just recently, the other day, I was on Fisherman's Bay. And I zoomed out. Everyone knows Fisherman's Bay. You got the town on one side. You got mid, where all the buildings are. And then you got the one line where, basically your lights go out there. Maybe a medium or a heavy pushes. And you got your tank destroyers on the back line. Sorry, not the back line, but like there's a road where there's all these bushes there at about 1/3 the way up of the map. And it's perfect for the TDs to sit there. Well, I rushed out, just like I should, up to the mid, started spotting, had all these tanks, again, looking at me, and I'm spotting, and the same thing. I look back, not one tank along that roadway where you can play. And basically, I had to sit there and just say, like, okay, I gotta do this myself because they're not doing anything. And sure enough, a wheelie comes over mid to our side and is able to sit there and just go in circles around me. And I get one shot off, hit him. He's still going. And I'm like, guys, come on, help here, man. Because now I'm reloading, unfortunately. He got me at the right time. I had one shell left in my cartridge, and I had to reload. But the funny thing is that, I might as well not have. I just basically was sitting there with a wheelie going around me, shooting. The guy actually missed, too. That was the funny part. He didn't kill me really quick. He actually missed me twice. I don't know how. Wheelies have a great lock on, but for some reason, I was going back and forth as much as I could, but I got lucky. Let's just put it that way. I got lucky. The problem with that, though, is that just made it last longer and made it more painful. Because still nobody was shooting. Nobody was in a position to shoot, and nobody moved over to try to come help me. So it just meant, like, I'm sitting here waiting, and I'm still waiting for reload, and eventually he gets me killed. And, like, how pissed off can a person be? I can tell you, very pissed off, and rightfully so. You're the light. You're going out there to spot for the team, and then the team doesn't even get in position to shoot what you're spotting. And this isn't about being a light and, you know, the fact that that happens to lights. It happens to me in every tank. I can be in a medium, you know, and just flanking and just like ping the map like, hey guys, there's tanks right here. And I can go in and do like some power move or whatever, and still nobody moves up. No one's in their right positions. So that's why I'm saying that this is so important. I'm not the only one who sits there and gets angry at this, guys. There's lots of good players who are getting frustrated all the time. I read it in chat when I'm streaming. You read it in chat when you're playing. I mean, it's really obvious. You got a lot of... The good players are always yelling at the newer players or the bad players. I don't want to say bad, but like, you know, the ones that are still learning the game, I guess. They're always yelling at them, you know, like, you know, get to where you can fight. That they don't say that. They're you know, bleep it and bleep, bleep it and bleep. You bleep it and bleep. You're useless. What are you? You're hiding. You're camping. You're stat padding. They'll throw everything out there. And most of the time though, and then I look and I see that these guys are like newer. You know, XVM shows they got like maybe, you know, 1,000 games under their belt if they're lucky. They're red players. And then you start realizing, okay, look, it's real simple. This is just a player who simply does not know where he's supposed to go. Some players are really nice, and at the very beginning of the match, they'll say in chat, where do I go? Where do I go? And that's a person that's a good person. That's a good player, man. That's what we need more of, is the people who actually know that they're, excuse me, they actually know that they don't have the knowledge and the understanding of the maps yet, and they're asking for help. But then we all know that just for every one of those, there's about 5 new players who basically think they're God's gift to World of Tanks. Less than 1,000 games, red, sitting in the back doing nothing, but yet telling everyone else off. You know, those guys, there's not really much you can do for them. But I wanted to make this video because I just want to remind people that yes, there's map strategies out there. I'm kind of doing a little bit of self-promotion right now because yes, I'm the guy who went and created a new series of map strategy videos because there's been so many good ones in the past, guys. I keep saying, man, you know, hey, give credit where credit's due, man. 3 tankers and dog, that guy had like the best vid series I saw when I was trying to, you know, get used to playing lights as scouts. He had real good map strategy videos for the lights. And he would touch a little bit on like other stuff. But the problem is though, and nothing against his series, but it's old, you know. The bushes that you're hiding behind aren't even in the game anymore. So I started making a new one. And what I do in my map strategy videos is I simply say, look guys, I take any map like Glacier or any other one. And I simply say, okay, look, this is where your lights go. This is where your TDs go. This is where your mediums go. I go through each one. But as I do it, I explain, look, this is your first priority, the most important spot, let's say for lights. This is the most important spot on the map that has to get spotted. Then there's fallback positions or secondary positions, meaning like if there's 3 lights on a team or 4, then you know, okay, as long as this one spot's getting taken care of, there's this location and this location and yada, yada, yada. Same thing with the mediums, same thing with the tank destroyers, same thing with the heavies. You know, this is a main priority. This is where, you know, the secondary. This is fallback. It gives you all the options that you need to know, at least to start with. I don't go into advanced strategy on my map strategy videos, and that's for a reason. A lot of people have come into my stream and asked me, hey man, can you give us more advanced stuff like what we see you do every once in a while? Well, I can, but what I try to do is keep everything very simple because, like I said, I'm trying to help new players learn. I don't want to go into advanced stuff all the time. I want to try to keep it as basic as possible. If you watch my map strategy videos, you should be able to have a good idea of where you want to go at the very beginning. No doubt, right away, right as the clock is ticking down, you're like, okay, I saw the video. Okay, yeah, I should be going here or here. Great, pick one, go there. The more players that do this, the better your chance of winning. Your win rate will go up. It's because simply it's just the quality of your games is going to go up. That's just one big step to becoming a better player. Like I said, you get in the game, you're brand spanking new, you have no clue how it works. You start learning, you start doing your missions, you start figuring it out a little bit, you get pretty confident. Say maybe you're up to coming close to 1,000 games. Start watching map strategy videos. Start studying the game. It's that simple. If you want to get better at any game, you gotta study it. I could sit here and tell you story after story after story after story about how I got better at World of Tanks, how I got better at World of Warcraft. Every game I've played, I've always tried to set a goal for being the best, or being finding a niche within the game, or whatever, and just being as best as I can at it. And that's all comes down to learning the game. Learn. There's YouTube, there's Twitch for streams. There's so many ways that you guys can get information and learn, have questions answered, learn where to go, learn where to fall back to, all those kind of things. And this is huge, guys. Huge. I can't stress it enough. If you know where to go, you've got an advantage of the people on the other team that don't. And there will be great players on your team or in the match that you're in. And those guys automatically know where to go. If you start learning where to go, you're just adding one more on your team that is doing the right thing and not sitting back going, I don't know, shooting, stuff on the other side of the mountain, that's lit. All those real newbie mistakes. So I can't stress this enough, guys. Map strategies. Learn where to go. Learn where to take your tank, depending on which class you're at. Which class you're playing. Figure out where to take that tank. It's not hard, but it does require a little bit of effort on your part. You have to go out and study. You have to learn. It's like learning weak spots on tanks. You take a person who doesn't know weak spots, and they're going to struggle. I see them in chat all the time, man. Hey, man, where do I shoot this KVIS? Where do I shoot the SU-130 PM? Anywhere. But anyways, I do get those questions all the time. Well, when I started playing, I went to WOTguru.com and I started memorizing all the weak spots. That's how I got better. It's simple. You start off not knowing what to do, and then in the middle, there's all this research and studying. And if you go to it, and if you actually put work into it and learn, then you're going to end up over here, a real good player. And based on your skills, your hand-to-eye coordination, and all those little nuances that depending on your age and how you are, I guess what I'm saying is, like, for myself, my days at Unicum are gone because my eyes are just not the best anymore. My hand-to-eye coordination is okay, but I admit right away, like, it's gone. Like, I'm 53, and in the last 3 years or so, I literally, since I started, I've been playing for 7.5 years. So within this game, I've actually watched myself go, okay, I can't do as good anymore. I can't see as good anymore. Damn, it's too quick. Or the fire in front of me, I'm just like, I'm blind. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. I'm cool with that, because like I said, I'm 53 years old. It's fine. It's all good. I don't mind, man. I wish it was my ears maybe, but whatever. But anyways, for all you guys out there, man, it will help you. It will help you. It still helps me. Even right now, I am better than, I'm happy to be a nice dark green guy. I'm still, ahead of the curve, and I still tend to be top 3 in all my battles, and I'm happy with that. How? Because I studied. I literally went out and learn all the mechanics, learn all the weak spots, and learn map strategies, man. Go out and do it, guys. Like I said, this is the YouTube video. Just look at my YouTube channel. You're already here. It's like half the job's done. Go check out map strategies. I'm going to be making more of them in the near future here, trying to finish them off. And I highly recommend that you learn it. Trust me, you will help everybody on your team so much simply by driving out to where you're supposed to go. And knowledge is power, guys. You've heard it throughout life so much, and it is with everything in life. Every aspect of life, knowledge is power. quickly, really quickly, because I want this to be a short. I don't want it to be too long. But like, if you're a salesman working for a company, on your first day there, you don't know much. You really like, what the hell? Oh, okay, it's fitness equipment. Okay, great. What brand is it? I don't know. What does it do? I don't know. And then someone walks in and goes, "Hey, I want to buy it. What can you tell me about it?" And you're like, "Arr." And your confidence level is like down here. And those people can see that. But then as you start reading the books provided, I was like, "Oh, okay, this is a Larson car, blah blah blah. It's an elliptical treadmill." I think I just made up something. Anyways, it's an elliptical treadmill, and it does this, and it burns this many calories, and it uses this much wattage, and it costs this, and it will save you in the cost of gym. Within 8 months, you'll pay it off, or pay the cost of it off, and blah 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 blah. All the selling features. Well, as you learn that, you start talking to the customers as they come in, and man, all of a sudden they're looking at you as different. It's not like, okay, how about you just go find the manager, and instead now it's like, oh shit, they walk out buying the elliptical treadmill. I don't know if there is one or not. Anyways, and they're like, damn, that guy knew what he was talking about. He answered every question. Why do they buy? Because knowledge, that exudes confidence. And in the gaming world, knowledge gives you the ability to know that you're good now. Okay, now you're starting to get confident in yourself. It's not that you project it onto other people. It's that you project it onto yourself. And now you know, okay, I know the mechanics. I know where to go. I know all the map strategies. You know, that's going to give you a big advantage over a lot of new players that don't understand where to go. All right, guys, that's it. I'm bringing out another videos today. I'm hoping to make a bunch. I just wanted to wrap this one up real quick because this is something that is so important, and I've really been noticing it a lot lately. Work at it, guys. It's a great game. It has a big learning curve. Once you get the learning curve taken in and flatten that down a bit, you're going to frickin' love this game. All right, guys, so till the next time, I'm Mr. BeetleBum. If you like the video, if you don't, and if you want to know when I'm bringing out another video, just set up the notifications, and that way you'll find out right away. I hope you're enjoying this great game, man. Have fun. Get out there and enjoy it. And until the next time, I'm Mr. BeetleBum, and I'm out.